is my mind doing? I was thinking to myself, procrastination on full throttle. Started reading the comments, and then bang, I had my aha moment. As you know, if you've been following me for a while, I am coming to the end of my 365-day life challenge. It's coming to an end very, very soon. I think I've got about 30 days left. And you know what? It just feels so good to be able to achieve something like that. It makes you want to think about, what else can I do? And this is what happens when you start going on this journey, when you're realizing that you are the creator of your life, that whatever your life is right now is because you co-created it. And the secret is the focus, because then that determines our next behavior, and then that affects the people around us, and then that affects our reality. So, as a way to celebrate the grand finale, the last 21 days, I'm leading a challenge that will invite you to pick one thing that you want to transform in those 21 days. And why 21 days? 21 days in this psychology world, in neurology world, they claim that it takes 21 days for you to create a habit or to break a habit. And I thought, what more great timing than now to do that at the end of my live videos, because I'm going to do my live videos anyway, so I may as well help you to create a habit or to break a habit of your choice. I'm going to be helping you to pick your one thing, your micro thing that's going to have such a huge impact in your not just recovery journey. You know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know, I'm not here just to recover. I'm here to help you see the power in the urges, to transmute those urges into your strength, your power, into propelling you into creating your fairy tale life. Because from my experience, if you don't realize what this power does, those urges, and you just stop binge eating, and that's the surface problem. It seems like it's binge eating, but in actual fact, if you don't actually understand it, it will continue to start to sabotage your life. And it might not look like binge eating anymore. It might look something else. It might look like relationship problems. It might look like business problems. It might look like sabotaging relationships. It might look like money problems. It might look like parenting problems. And binge eating holds the key. It's like a master key. Once you have the master key, when you recover binge eating, in other words, when you harness the power behind the urges, then you can have a master key for any area of your life. And this is how I have managed to alchemize every area of my life, and I continue to use this key to keep moving, to keep evolving, and it really is, sky's not even the limit. And when you know you've got the master key, then you're unstoppable, because you have so much trust in yourself. You see so much evidence of things changing. And in my past videos, I explain manifestations a little bit like being on a boat, and you believe that you want your gorgeous body. You believe you want your peace with food, the island of peace with food and gorgeous body. It's there on the island. And you're in this boat and you feel like you're heading on that island. But the problem is you're being triggered by your husband. You're fighting with your kids. You're struggling with your business. Work is stressing you out. These things are like holes on your boat. And that's why it seems so hard when you're recovering, when you're going towards the island of peace with food and peace with your body, because little do you know that everything else is impacting that boat. So you feel like your boat's getting nowhere. It feels like you're there rowing and rowing and rowing and rowing, but you're just there. The boat is not moving. In actual fact, you feel like you're sinking, or you're going round and round. You feel like you're paddling like crazy, but you're going round and round and round. But what we don't realise is all those other things in our lives are affecting our boat. But when we realise that the binge eating was actually our propeller, and we need to figure out how it works, instead of thinking that it's a bad thing and we keep throwing our propeller in the bin and we keep hiding it and we keep wrapping it up. We think it's something to be afraid of. Oh my God, a propeller's got blades. But little do we know, it's actually the thing that helps us go towards our island. And once we understand that actually the propeller was the power behind the boat in the first place, that's when we start moving this challenge that I'm going to be leading you to remember who you are, to tap into that great intelligence inside you that is running the show, that is at the moment driving you to binge. But you'll start to recognize how much power that you really have, how much control that you really have, how much choice that you really have. And when you start understanding, once you start tapping into that intelligence, then you believe, and then you start behaving differently. And today was just a prime example of how that greater intelligence acts. It's so nuts when you start recognizing this. You start seeing the evidence of the crazy ways this mind does. It's not actually the diet, it's not actually the tips or the techniques or the strategies that make successful people. It's actually the fears that the successful people are able to overcome. It's actually when most people decide that it's too much for them and they turn around, and the people who are successful is not because they're smarter, it's because they're braver. It's because they don't see fear as fear anymore. They see fear as opportunities. They see fear as a stepping stone to everything they want. And that's why it seems easy in the end. It's not because it gets easier as you continue on this journey. It's because they've learned how to live and work with their fears rather than running away from them or smothering them or silencing the fears. They've learned to harness the power of their urges. I do profoundly believe that not everyone gets binge eating. They're just dieters. They just love their dieting. But there's a select few of us who knew from the moment they were born that they were meant for more, or they didn't quite fit in. They question themselves, how come other people like that and I'm like this? How come I don't seem to be satisfied? I wish I was like them, but I'm not. There was always this comparison, this yearning to be like everyone else. But now I realized it wasn't because I didn't feel like I was enough. It's because the world was not feeling like it was enough for the purpose that I was here for. I was already seeing that I was meant for more than the reality. And the eating, the self-sabotaging was power wasted. It was like the power within us to create was just being focused on the wrong thing. And hopefully by the end of the 21 days, you'll start to see that, because I'm going to help you start seeing more and more of the evidence of what you're really, really capable of. And the beauty of it is that when you understand about this evolution, this spiritual evolution, you get to have more while being grateful for where you are. You get to desire more while being grateful from where you are. You get to feel like you have everything, even when you don't have everything. And this is my intentions for this 21 days, is to show you that you are capable, to show you that you can do it, and to help you release as much of the resistance that you're having, those things that are really, really getting in the way of you taking the action that will take you to where you want to go. And I wanted to share with you the crazy thing that happened today. I started having those thoughts in my mind, started freaking out. I'm having those thoughts and thinking, what am I doing? Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe it's not too late to back out now, because I haven't told anyone really. I've kind of posted a couple odd things on social media, but not really a lot. No one's going to really know if I back out. What am I doing? It's just so much easier just to work with one-to-one people. How about the commitment to do this? And all the stories started coming up, and then I was procrastinating, and then I was being too perfectionist on my emails. I was taking so much time on my graphics, you name it. My mind was self-sabotage, full throttle mode. And then this is the bit that was crazy. I was scrolling on social media, and I don't often scroll on social media, by the way, so that was kind of an unusual thing. And then I saw an advert on Facebook, like a mascara thing, and do you know what? I have no interest in buying mascara, as you know. Like, I wear my falsies and I'm quite happy with them. I don't need mascara because it's just too much hard work to use mascara, wash off every day. It's just too much hard work for me. I want something as simple as possible. And yet, when the advert came, I was drawn like a bee to a honey. I was so unconscious. And then before I knew it, I clicked on the advert, then it took me to a YouTube video. And then when just think about it, I wasn't even interested in this mascara, but I followed it, and I followed it unconsciously. And then I went into YouTube, and the trail stopped. But then I thought to myself, I'm going to look for some real reviews about this mascara, which is crazy, because I wasn't even interested in this mascara. I was not interested. But my mind thought, I'm going to look for reviews. Why the friggin' hell would I want to look for reviews for a mascara I wasn't interested in? Well, I have no idea. But again, I was unconsciously procrastinating. So I manually searched reviews for this Olivia Blair. I don't know if you've probably heard it. It's going around social media. this wand mascara. It hasn't got any brushiness. It looked amazing. And I went on there and I scrolled down. There's loads of videos, and one caught my eye, and this girl didn't have a very good thumbnail for the video, and it was 15 minutes long. I'm like, I don't know if I can watch 15 minutes. Seems a bit long, so I made it times 1.5 speed. And I tell you what, it was the worst video I watched. It was the worst. It was not like the worst is in the content, but it was bad lighting. She had done maybe 3 videos and she stumbled. She had no idea what she was talking about, and she kept laughing at herself because she had no idea how to do it. And she said, I'm not really too sure what I'm doing because I can't see anything. I'm like trying this mascara. And she demonstrated how to use the mascara from the beginning to the end. And she didn't edit the whole video. And I was still unconscious. I watched the whole thing. Can you believe that? I watched the whole thing and I had no intentions of buying this mascara. I had no interest either. And yet something pulled me into watching this video. And then, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm sharing this. And then I went into the comments and started reading the comments. I'm like, what the hell is my mind doing? I was thinking to myself, procrastination on full throttle. Started reading the comments, and then bang! I had my aha moment. I realized why this happened. What I remember is that this girl said, oh my God, thank you so much. I am sold. I've been trying to find a really good video on whether or not it was worth buying this mascara or not. But because every video is overly edited, I just didn't know whether to trust it or not. But thank goodness you just uploaded it, not edited the video. Now I can see for real that you're for real. And now I know it's like a really good mascara. Thank you so much. So why is this mind-blowing for me? The reason why it mind blows me is because I was faffing around, being a perfectionist when it came to the challenge. One of the things that have held me back in my entrepreneur journey is trying to please, trying to be perfect, trying to be polished, and trying to be too perfectionist when it came to my photos, my videos, my presentation of my business. But what I've realized is that I'm evolving all the time, and perfection is such an illusion, because even though I thought things were perfect, after about a year I look back and I don't even like it anymore. I've moved on, and yet I spent so much time perfecting it, and it wasted a lot of time. And that's why, one of the reasons why it's taken me so long to get things done. That was such a mind-blowing example of how our intelligence inside us knows more than we do. Because the moment that I read that message on YouTube, I snapped out of it. I thought, oh my God, that's so true. What am I doing? This is not important, fanning around with bits of colour and trying to make it all look nice. I need to move fast. People don't care about like aesthetics. Not when it comes to transforming your life. Not when it comes to content. People care more if they're going to get transformed, if they're going to change, if it's going to work for them. They don't care whether or not the colour palette of how you show your stuff. people really care less about what you look. And if they do, they're not really there for the transformation. They're there just to look at you. They're not there just so that they can get the wisdom, to get the shortcut to where they want to go. They don't quite get it. So this is why it was mind-blowing, because I was so unconscious until I got what I needed. And guess what? I switched the video straight off. I didn't look back. I'm not interested in writing the mascara, but just that one little thing has helped me with getting my confidence back when it comes to doing this. I was absolutely freaked out before. I was so scared and I was having those doubts, and now I'm back on track. And that is what a good mentoring, a good coaching feels like. And that's what it feels like to connect with your greater mind. Because really, all our problems, most of our struggles, shall I say, are caused by mind, are caused by us, our thinking. So hopefully you followed my craziness. I did go off in many, many tangents, but I assure you, on my 21-day finale, that is going to be super focused. I'm going to be there sharing a tidbit of wisdom, and then you're going to do your one thing that you want to transform in that 21 days. And then I'll be doing extra mind reprogramming things that's going to help you accelerate that transformation as fast as possible. So I hope that sounds exciting for you as well. And if you are interested in joining me in this 21-day challenge that will help you stop or create a new habit, then watch this space or DM me to be added to the waitlist. So until tomorrow, have a great day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are.